Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexa if you didn't know. And if you did, today I am a Bowie impersonator. Thank you for tuning in again today to this brand new video. I have always wanted to do a little Bowie inspired look, and well, me and my good friend from Instagram, Orla, this is her username, make sure to go check her out, have decided to do a little collab on a little Bowie look. And so I thought I'd film it because I want everyone to see how I create this. It is a very trust the process look. I look a bit crazy in the beginning, not to say I don't look crazy now, but this is like, you know, like I'm walking down a runway wearing this. I'm going to wear this in my everyday life. I want to bleach my eyebrows. Like, maybe that'll be my next video. Maybe. If you would like to see how I create this gorgeousness of a look, make sure to keep watching. Okay, so for this Bowie inspired look, I'm just gonna get my hair out of my face. I am first going to be getting rid of my brows because I want to go for a bleached brow type of look. So I'm just using some toner that I have. I'm just getting rid of them without like disturbing any of the base, because I don't want to have to redo my whole base again. We're looking alien chic right now. The very first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids, and I'm using the MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly for this. The main palette I'm using is the Jawbreaker palette, which is this, and I'm going for a blue look. I'm doing the very inspired by the Life on Mars look, which is blue with like kind of a light brow and very editorial. I'm mixing that with also the kind of traditional Bowie bolt, but I'm going to be popping that in later. So first I'm going to be doing the eyes and then giving myself a bleached brow, and then we're going to see what happens. I'm starting off with a MAC 217, and I'm just going into Soaked, which is this kind of true blue shade, and I am packing it onto my lid. And I'm not blending this out just yet, so I'm really just focusing it onto my lid mainly. And then I'm going to give it some shape once I've done that. So this is kind of what we're going for. I'm just going to do the other eye really quickly. Okay, so once you have something like this, you're going to look a bit insane in the membrane. I'm still using the same brush, and I'm popping into Soaked and also into Brain Freeze, which is just the lighter blue. And I am dragging this up and slowly beginning to blend it. And we're going for quite a round shape today. I just decided to bring you closer just because I thought it'd be easier for you to see that way. Still just continuing to blend it. And for this shape, we want it to be close to the brow, but mostly just on the inner corner area. So I'm just bringing it up some. That is kind of what we're going for. So I'm just going to do the other eye really quickly. So once you have something similar to this going on, I'm just going to continue blending until you are happy with it, happy with the shape. As I said, I'm going for a very round shape today, just because I want this to resemble the Life on Mars look as much as possible. And now we're just going to drag it underneath the eye as well, and just really complete that round moment. I feel like with a look like this, it's always good to have some sort of a reference. So for example, I have my face chart that I drew a few days ago, just so I am aware of what I'm doing. So now I'm just going in with this really big fluffy brush, and I'm going in with a mix of Brain Freeze and Soaked. And I'm just gonna buff around the edges just to make sure it is like buffed in, like she is blended. And I'm also going into the brows with this blue as well, just because I do want this to be very like, I am awful at describing things. I'm going back in with the 217 that we had before, and I'm going into Delicious, which is this darker blue shade. And I'm just blending that into the outer corner. And this is just gonna add some depth to this look without making all the colors look flat. Blending it into the crease slightly, popping some on the bottom lid as well. So that is the eyeshadow portion basically finished. I'm going to take any kind of brush you're comfortable using. I'm using this stippling brush from, I don't know, I think this is Sephora. I'm not sure though. And I'm going into a few different shades here. I'm going to the Thirsty palette and I'm using Taste Buds and Kumquat, and then also dipping into a bit of Suck and Licorice, which are these two shades. So I'm just going to be mixing those together and creating a very editorial blush color. I'm going to be putting this on quite high on my cheeks. So I'm just putting it like up here and then blending it down, but also having it come like up and around. So having it on this like C shape on the eye, basically. I'm just gonna continue adding on to this until I'm happy with the way it looks. Okay, so this is the blush applied. And this is quite a lot, but this is very, like, it just kind of adds to the editorial kind of feel of it. And I'm just popping a bit just on my nose as well, just because I like things looking very coherent. Putting some on my lips as well, because that'll then later help with the way the lipstick is gonna look. So now I'm going to take some kind of a spoolie. I'm just using this from an old eyebrow pencil, which I actually kept for the spoolie, and you're going to use a concealer that is just a bit too light if you have one. So I've just popped some onto the back of my hand. I'm just going to dip into it, and I'm just going to spoolie this through my brows. So the thing with my brows is obviously I have eyebrows, but they're just very light and very sparse. So me filling them with concealer isn't going to make them look like a full bleached brow. So this is kind of like the first step that I'm gonna do. But I think if you have a full set of natural bushy brows, just putting concealer through them is going to work wonders. So now I'm actually going to be going in with a white eyeliner. I'm using the Suva Beauty Hydra liner in the shade Space Panda, and they're, oh god, what brush is this? Their thinnest brush. And if you have brows that are thick and they look bleached when you just put the concealer over them, you can skip out on this step, but I just want to do this for a bit of extra oomph. And then I'm just going to go through and mimic some hairs. And just continue doing this until you're happy, until you've reached your desired bushiness. I'm going for quite the bushy brow today myself. Something really important if you do this, just you don't want it to look like it's one block of color, because then it's not going to look very natural. But if you want this to look as kind of like it is real brow hair, natural, then do the individual strokes just like that. As you can see, the difference is intense. Once you have something that's similar to this going on, we're gonna go back in with the spoolie and the concealer, because that's gonna make it look less white. So I'm just going back through, brushing those little browns. I think that looks pretty damn good, to be honest. Looking kind of freaky, but we're gonna trust the process. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. While we're at this level, I'm just gonna apply some highlighter, and I'm using the shade Jawbreaker, which is this one here. And this is quite an intense highlighter, which is what we're going for. Popping that on there, yes God, okay. Okay, so now we've got to kind of a bit of a lengthy part of the look. I'm using these crystals, and I'm gonna be making the traditional kind of Bowie bolt, but I'm gonna pop it on my eye instead of like, because usually the bolt is over the eye, but I'm just gonna do a small one in the corner. So yes, so I feel like with something like this, you really do want to map it out. You really do want to map it out as kind of rough as possible, just so you don't make any mistakes with the shape. So I'm just using this NYX Jumbo eye pencil in the shade Milk, and I'm just very roughly mapping it out for myself, just like that. And that is where the bolt is gonna go. And now I'm gonna hand rhinestone these, because I hate my life. And I'm using this duo eyelash glue. Oh my god, I'm having some problems today, ladies and gentlemen, friends or foes. I'm gonna start with the red. So I'm just gonna pour some out onto a surface and then start going for it. And this is going to take ages. I'm gonna actually just come back once I have the red done. All right, so this is all of the red rhinestones done. It looks like this. Now all that's left is to do a rim of blue around. I'm either gonna do that, I think I'm just gonna do one rhinestone thick, but I might do two. And so I was using these, which are the red, and now I'm gonna be using these top corner ones. So I will be back once it's all done. Okie dokie. So I have just popped the blue on as well. This is what it looks like right now. Arguably I should have done this before right now, but I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna go in with the shade Licorice, which is this red, and this really teensy baby brush, and I'm just gonna swirl around, and I'm just gonna like dot onto where the red stones are, because it's just gonna make them pop more. And I really should have done this before I put them all down, but here we are. I think this is kind of the final step. I'm not sure though. I'm going in with the jelly highlighter in the shade Shifty Shimmer, and it looks like this. It's really cool and fun, funky, and like globby. Yeah, I'm just dipping in with my finger, and I'm just gonna go over the blue, and especially in my inner corner, because this is now gonna add the boom, the wow factor, if you will. And I'm really not gonna be shy with this. I'm steering it away from the side of the eye, so I'm going roughly until the center, and then keeping it kind of focused to there. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried about this look, especially with the bleach brows, but I think this glitter has just made it for me. I love this product so much. It does crease easily if you apply like a shit ton of it, but I think we're gonna be all right, and I think that just like pulled this together so nicely. So I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes and apply some mascara, and I'm using the False Lash Architect from L'Oreal, and I will be right back. Ooh. We're gonna talk about that transition or what? So this is the look with some mascara. Now for the lips, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so we're gonna do something a bit weird, because I don't have a lipstick this exact shade that I want to go. So I'm just gonna put on some lip balm. And then I'm taking my usual blush brush and I'm going into the shade Kumquat, that guy, and I'm applying it onto my lips. Okay, and now for the very final step, I'm just using this Linda Hallberg Infinity Glass, which is a kind of like a multi-use gloss. And I'm just gonna pop some onto this lip that we created. I also just found that I do actually have lipstick this color, but who cares? Hell yeah! Drip pen. Yes. This is the end result. I'm going to change, do my hair, put in some jewelry, and I'll see you for the final reveal and the outro. This is it. This is like the look. I feel like fashion. Like, I am fashion. Yeah, so I'm super excited about how this look turned out. I'm very happy with it. Very pleased. Yeah, I think it looks sick. I've never done a Bowie look and I've always been super inspired by him, so this is really exciting. Yeah, I think we're ready for the outro. I think that is it. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video today, this little Bowie inspired tut-tut. We'll be linking every single product I use in the description box down below, so make sure to go check that out for those juicy little details. If you haven't had enough of me, which I doubt you would have, make sure to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I post very regular content on both of those platforms, so you can come find me, come talk to me, let's talk about makeup, let's hang out, let's do something. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big fat thumbs up, and of course if you like me and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. It really does help me and I appreciate every single one of you so very much. I wish I could give you a little hug, little baby hug. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, lunchtime, evening, afternoon, whatever time it may be for you. I hope it is a lovely one. Remember to treat people with kindness and remember to love yourself and love others. And I will see you in my next video.